Campaigns close in Kavempe North by-election, while Internal Affairs in search for money to enhance the CCTV camera system. Good evening and welcome to UBC News. Welcome to News Tonight. Let's start with a look at our top stories. President Yoweri Museveni campaigns for NRM candidate in Kavempe North by-election. European media influencers in Uganda to expand tourism markets. Microfinance Support Center fosters community empowerment. While Internal Affairs Ministry seeks 220 billion for the CCTV enhancement, IGP calls for security personnel respect. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Micheal Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakoni joins me, and this is what we have for you tonight. President Yoweri Museveni, together with top government and NRM leaders, have campaigned for the NRM flag bearer in Kavempe North Parliamentary by-election, Hajat Farida Nambi. Museveni urged Kavempe North residents to vote for NRM candidate and stop making political mistakes. We have details to this.
Secondary school, kunsonga ya umzee akilize alete presidential hub, steering hub mu north olwokuba zonna muzei ziri Kikoni, Mulago ne Wandegeya biri mu south. Muzei ebizibu bino mbitegedde atenze njagala okubakakasa siri mukazi mujja wa NRM. Ndi member ONRM. Tugenda kuteesa, tetugenda kuzoganya. Tubagireyo ebirungi tubibaleetere ate mwenna. Muzei waliwo bakansala bali be bambazizza t-shirt bavudde mu nuupu. Muzei bakulembeddwa kansala Namulondo Pamela yamowulira ku Muzei.
Ngenda kufuna ekifaananyi nabo bonna.
Muzei n'abaana abaavaamu
nga baagala omwana w'omunaku okumugyako ssente ne bateekawo ensonga eno n'eno bwe batwera ogenda okuba nti kati buli mwana wakusasula emitwalo 15 nga balina obusongasonga bwe bateekawo.
Kati nze sisobola kubeera wonna abakulembeze bemulonda be bandibaddeyo wansi ekyo ne bakirwanako.
Kati olw'okuba nti pulezidenti tasobola kuba wonna kyava abasaba okulonda Farida Nambi amuyambeko okukebera ekizibu kino mu masomero gaffe eyo Kawempe Muslim Primary School, Namere Primary School. Nambi eyo najja kubanga afefettayo amutuuseeko amawulire era n'okulwanyisa ensonga y'abaana obutasoma.
Now, so that will solve one problem for you, for the family.
Kati ekyo kyekimu ku kigenda okunoddera ekimu ku bizibu byaffe eddagala abaana baffe okusoma ate okusomera obwereere mu masomero ga gavumenti.
The second solution to your problems was bonna bagagawale.
Kakati ng'oggyeko okunogera eddagala eryasooka okuteekawo emirembe mu nsi, ekyokubiri kya bonna basome, kati eddagala eryokusatu nga NRM lyanoga lyeddagala erya bonna bagaggawale ennyingiza ey'omumaka.
The question was, how would we start? How do we start?
naye omuntu abuuza twanditandise tutya.
Right from 1990s,
okubira ddala mu myaka gya 1990 eyo
we have been putting money for you. Entadekwa, NADS, Operation Wealth Creation, now we are Emyoga, PDM, the money has been coming.
eddagala lino President Museveni ne NRM batandika dda okulinoga nga baweereza ensimbi okusooka mujjukira entandikwa, mujjukira ensimbi ezijja ez'abakyala, mujjukira ensimbi ezijja ez'abavubuka, ez'abalema, mujjukira program eya OWC Operation Wealth Creation, program ngeza NADS. Program zino zonna enteekateeka yaazo kunogera ddagala ya nnyingiza ey'omumaka.
Now, Prime Minister has come here in the last few days. Prime Minister has come here in the last few days.
President ategeezeddwa era akimanyi bulungi nti Prime Minister Right Honorable Robina Nabbanja abadde wano a week kumpi namba kumpi weeks bbiri ng'atambula mu Kawempe.
And she has already reported to me that the 100 million we are sending to the parish is not enough for the towns.
Bassebo ne bannyabo Prime Minister yabaloopye. Yagambye President nti miliyoni 10 ezijja mu buli muluka ogw'e Kawempe busente butono nnyo tebusobola kumala muluka mulamba oguli mu Kawempe. Ekyo Prime Minister yakibaloopye n'akiroopebwa President.
Abantu bangi mu matawuni n'amaka mangi.
Era n'amutegeeza nti olw'okuba nti family eziri mu kibuga nnyingi sente ezo ntono nnyo tezisobola kumatiza muluka gw'e Kampala.
In some of the villages it may make impact because the people are not so many.
Mu byalo ebimu mu awalako mumanyi mu byalo byaffe gye batuzaala sente zino zisobola okubayamba kuba emiruka gyaffe egy'ebyalo tegirina bantu bangi nnyo
nga wano
nga bwe kiri wano e Kawempe ne Kampala.
President Yoweri Museveni in Kawempe this afternoon. Prime Minister Robina Nabbanja this afternoon met with Nasubuga Anet, the widow of Yasin Kauma, the slain driver of the National Unity Platform, President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Nasubuga, who resides in a rented Muzigo in Lusanja village, Kasangati Town Council, Wakiso District, shared the immense hardships her family has faced since the tragic loss of her husband, who was their sole breadwinner. She highlighted their struggles, including the lack of shelter and financial means to cover school fees and other basic necessities.
Kati akatako kaba town kubanga town sinya yonna kati hajitandike kunonyeze
gamba nabure engeri gyentuuka
nawe bijumba denonya leka tubala byenga ate baseke
yabafuddeyo naye nze mbadde ntuusa omuga nti biveeko nga ndaba atawaanira bwereere.
Mama Nabbanja akkiriza okuyamba abaana b'omugenzi Yasin Kauma ya driver Bobi Wine, alagidde omuyambi we anoonye ettaka bagulire abateekeremu n'ennyumba abaana b'omugenzi Kauma we banaabeera. Omugaso oguli mu kibiina kyaffe ekya NRM.
The Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, has emphasized that the police force will not tolerate indiscipline and defiance among Ugandans, stressing that everyone must be held accountable for their actions. Byakagaba reiterated that the police mandate to maintain law and order must be upheld across the country. He made the remarks while appearing before the Parliamentary Committee on Defence and Internal Affairs at Parliament.
Concerns have been raised regarding the conduct of security forces, including the Joint Anti-Terrorism Task Force, JAT, Police, and Special Forces Command SFC, especially during the ongoing Kavempe North by-election campaigns. Both the public and members of Parliament have expressed dissatisfaction, arguing that security actions infringe on citizens' rights and undermine the independence of the Electoral Commission. However, the Inspector General of Police has maintained that his duty is to command the force to ensure law and order, warning that indiscipline among Ugandans will not be tolerated.
Equally, I'm tasked in my tasks to work with other agencies in order to ensure security and safety of the people of Uganda. We shall not and will not tolerate indiscipline. We have standard operating procedures. We work under the interagency arrangement led by the police.
The State Minister for Defence and Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, also cited that it is unacceptable for security personnel to operate while hooded. He assured the committee that the ministry is reviewing the matter to ensure that security operations uphold peace, law and order in a lawful manner.
Because people are not saints, people make mistakes. What I want to say, Honorable Chiwanuka, is that we are having a conversation, and across the board, not just the security forces in this country, responsible behavior, respect. So I think we need a deeper conversation beyond incidents to ensure that everybody does his work and does it the way it should be done.
This was during the meeting between the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Parliamentary Defence Committee on Internal Affairs, which aimed at addressing concerns regarding the installation of CCTV cameras across the country. Despite an allocation of over $100 million for Phase 1 and Phase 2, which covered the installation of CCTVs in Kampala Metropolitan and various municipalities, MPs have raised concerns that many cameras are non-functional, contributing to rising crime rates.
Some places have cameras. They are there. I don't know whether these are just cameras like flowers. And the spokesperson of police or whoever is supposed to respond says, we do not have because our cameras are not showing us. But here there is a lot of money in these phases and performances.
Whether it is possible that somebody is kidnapped from Rukunjiri, is driven all the way from Rukunjiri to Mpigi, and the cameras from Rukunjiri up to Mpigi are unable to see the vehicle because he was kidnapped with his vehicle. To date, that person, to Jam Leva Deus, to be particular, has never been seen, and his vehicle has never been seen.
But time and again, we continue seeing this, and actually people out there still continue asking for these reports. We don't come out to clearly say these cameras have helped us. In the case of this, these are the culprits. In the case of this, these are the culprits.
The ministry, however, highlighted the need for increased funding to ensure the successful implementation of Phase 3, which aims to rectify the challenges experienced in the earlier phases.
And would focus on improving system operations, maintenance, and upgrading existing CCTV infrastructure. He noted concerns about malfunctioning cameras that hinder crime prevention.
We are still under design and the budget solicitation, but currently it is projected to be at 120 billion, which is the equivalent of $62 million.
Committee members also emphasized the need for a law to regulate the operation of CCTV cameras. In light of this, Minister Muhoozi responded to the matter.
And we delayed indeed because of the evolving nature of our law enforcement system, but we need a legal regime to cover this very, very important subject about how we use this information.
Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gwitabinji, UBC News.
The Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, has called for responsible mining of minerals so as not to deplete them. This call was made during the orientation for new members of the Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources on the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development Structure and Deliveries.
The Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, has explained to new members of Parliament on the Committee of Environment and Natural Resources that there is need for responsible mining so as not to deplete the resources. Vast challenges in the mining sector is among the core reasons for this orientation of new members of the Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, with majority being from mining areas like Busia, Kasanda, among others. Dr. Nankabirwa advised on value addition in mining.
We have new members of Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, and we agreed that they are given an opportunity to be taken through the sector, to understand the sector, because we have to work with them. They oversee our work. They have to oversee something where they have been inducted. So today we expect to give information to those new members of the committee, but also to interact with the old ones who could be having issues to raise, and at the end of the day we shall find ways of facing challenges that the sector is facing right now, because it's a partnership between the ministry and the committee.
Energy sector players recommended for the mineral sector to be commercially productive.
Of the transformation agenda is the issue of ensuring that the mineral sector becomes commercially productive so that our country can harness the mineral resources for purposes of enhancing our revenue base.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Irene Batebe, says the ministry's Sustainable Development Program aims at connecting Ugandans to affordable energy.
Today we are reporting about 60% of Ugandans connected to electricity, whether off-grid or on-grid, with about 38% on off-grid and 22% on-grid. And we have the task of ensuring, as much as we can, we achieve universal access as enshrined in the Sustainable Development Goal number 7, where we also ratified as a country commitment to achieve universal access.
The theme for the retreat is empowering excellence in sustainable energy and extractives. Marion Awori and Crispus Arinitwe for UBC.
Ministry of Water and Environment officials have appeared before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament to account for expenditure of receipts from certificates worth 25.31 billion during implementation of the Strategic Towns Water Supply and Sanitation Project. The team was led by the ministry's Permanent Secretary, Dr. Alfredo Koutokidi.
Officials from Ministry of Water and Environment, led by their Permanent Secretary, Dr. Alfred Otok Okidi, have appeared before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament to answer queries in the Auditor General's report on financial statements of the Strategic Towns Water Supply and Sanitation Project year ending 30th June.
So can you tell us the total project cost? 75 million US dollars would be the total project cost.
And I think what we can do is, I think quickly, just ask somebody in the office to extract that Excel and we get the total cost as of now.
The main objective of this project is to support Government of Uganda efforts to achieve sustainable provision of safe water and hygienic sanitation for urban population by year 2030. The project started in 2019 and expected to be complete 30th June 2025. The chairperson of the committee, Muhammad Muwanga Chivumbi, asked officials why, by 4 years of implementation of the project, 20 billion shillings had not yet been disbursed.
We had $62.8 million, and actual disbursement was $57.019 million, and dispatched stood at $5.4 million.
That's true.
And there is the first query. Why the 5.4?
The head of the project, Dr. Felix Twinomuchunguzi, said this is a period when the country was grossly affected by COVID-19 pandemic, where they experienced delays in importation of materials.
Then when COVID was ending, we had in this the Russia-Ukraine war happening, where the transport channels were closed off, and many of these projects rely on heavy importation from China, and these areas were constrained, and therefore these activities were delayed to be completed. Thus, the delay in spending the available 5 million.
You spent 9.23 over and above. So the question is, where was that? Where did you get that motivation? Since the activities were crippled, COVID had interrupted and everything, but for government co-funding, you spent over and above. The activities were not interrupted.
Some members of parliament asked officials the total cost of the project because, according to the documents, the cost is more than what had been given.
Because when you say the project is worth 48.9, that's the total project cost. Whether including compensations, whether include anything, total project cost. How do you bring in extras that are outside the total project, and you want to explain that it includes that?
That is captured here includes other incidental. But I agree with you, the other incidentals have not been broken down. Because if you take the 4.9, it comes about 6.9, which is about $7 million. So in addition, there's some two other $2 million.
The part funding was also for what?
This was Government of Uganda allocation.
No, what I'm saying,
which activities?
Which activities?
Exactly those, land acquisition. Land acquisition.
We will say the project manager of this project, Mr. Sanso, has this money. And so, as we proceed, just know, you are liable for 8 billion, unless you prove otherwise.
On performance of project receipts, the committee grilled officials on whether they asked for a supplementary before spending 25.31 billion shillings, since Parliament had approved 32.8 billion, yet the total receipts were 58.11 billion shillings. Officials explained to the committee that this was a multi-year project.
So for you to be able to spend this money in this year, you process a supplementary. For money is unspent in the previous, you seek authorization.
As aware that whenever you receive those funds which are not budgeted for, you declare them to the PSST, which will lead to revision of the budget through supplementary.
Made an illegal expenditure. As an accounting officer, you are personally liable of that amount of money.
And it depends on the financial institution, like this case of the African Development Bank. We do not have a special account for that money in Bank of Uganda. The money is kept by the African Development Bank.
Committee members also wanted to know why 5 activities worth 65.73 billion shillings of this project were not achieved by the 4th year out of the 28 sampled by the Auditor General.
Why are these activities not done, and yet money is spent?
You got these funds, you spent them, and these targets were not met.
Fecal sewage treatment plants were undertaken. However, construction could not be implemented due to budget shortfall.
Added was Buikwe water supply system, worth 25 billion shillings. That project had been 96% done. So what the auditor reported is just that activities, projects worth 65 billion were not yet completed. But actually the money had been spent, sir.
I'm Nafka Farida and Gloria Gwitabinji at Parliament.
Remnants of cattle rustlers and illegal gun holders in Karamoja sub-region are being urged to abandon criminality and embrace peaceful and lawful coexistence. This appeal comes as government process to pacify Karamoja continues, with a call to Karachunas to surrender firearms to security authorities. State Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Florence Nambozo Wamala, said this during the flagging off of 11,000 iron sheets destined for Karamoja from office of the Prime Minister.
Back in the news, not for bad reasons this time, is the subject of iron sheets meant for Karamoja sub-region. It is a continuation of what government has been doing over the years to pacify Karamoja. Robert Semogerere Mugarura is the Undersecretary, Office of the Prime Minister.
And they are targeting the vulnerable people, the very vulnerable people in Karamoja who can't afford iron sheets, and they will each get 26 pieces of iron sheets, which are enough to roof a modest house.
The iron sheets are over 11,000 in number, meant for 9 districts, making up Karamoja sub-region.
We shall also deliver iron sheets to community projects and the programs like churches, schools. They are part of this. But the majority of iron sheets are going to go to the reformed warriors, popularly known as the Karachunas.
They were loaded in the presence of line ministers who jointly flagged off the last batch of the consignment with hope that they will not be mishandled.
They have already told you how many will go to each district. This one will be delivered to the district stores, signed by the cow, witnessed by RDC and other officials of the district. On the day apart, people, the people will be called, and everybody, we shall take photographs of those people. We don't want anything to diverted, even one.
In the past, there are some that got their share of the iron sheets, but there are those who are still waiting. Today, we are happy to say that we are sending off the last bit of the iron sheets that were being waited for to the vulnerable groups, to the vulnerable communities.
Some people are still bringing guns. We say that lot which has been bringing even now, they can be registered for future considerations. So we thank the government of President Museveni through the NRM for really responding to all parts of Uganda in equal manner.
Behind this successful gesture lies a message of peaceful coexistence that Minister Nambozo wants the Karachunas to embrace.
I know there are still people who are still behind, they are still fearing to bring back the guns, but I urge you to bring back the guns because we all need peace, we all need life. We need to be alive. This is a pledge that the president had made. I know there are those who are still bringing in and those who are still hesitant, but I am pleading with you, my people of Karamoja, let's stop the fire. Let's take the guns where they're supposed to be.
If the 26 iron sheets meant for each beneficiary are put to proper use, the grass-thatched shelters, also known as manyatas, will cease to exist. Henry Okrut, UBC.
The Mbarara City Resident Commissioner Catherine Kamwine has threatened to deal with those who are powering garbage into River Rizi, causing the blockage of its channels that bring water into this river, hence causing shortage of water in the city and the neighboring areas. She was at the Ministry of Water and Environment Southwestern Regional Offices in Mbarara City at the function where she launched the 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week of 2025.
The Ministry of Water and Environment, Southwestern Regional Office, has launched the 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week 2025 under the theme Water and Environment Resources for Enhanced Resilience and Improved Income and Livelihoods. After the launch, the Ministry of Water officials, together with Mbara city leaders, led by City Mayor Robert Mugabe, marched to River Rizi in Katete, Mbara, to clean the place.
Coming here to clean River Rizi and to sensitize people that there is a need also to plant some friendly trees alongside the river. It is very important, like bamboo trees, which we are doing as a city. About very many of them have been planted. And here this is a sign that it is our responsibility as the citizens of Mbara City to always be careful on how to dispose of our waste.
We think that this intervention is producing positive results because even the water levels have significantly rise because of interventions that are taking place not only in Mbarara but in other districts that are covering the catchment.
The Assistant Commissioner, Minister of Water and Environment, says in urban areas, over 73% households have access to safe water, and in rural areas, being 68% of the people, living about 32% in rural areas without access to safe water.
So the efforts that we are doing here today are to make sure that we preserve these water resources, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the springs that feed the water systems that we protect to ensure that we improve on access to safe water.
The Mbara City Resident Commissioner, Catherine Kamwine, says to avoid this challenge, Ugandans should plant trees that will enable rain that provides water. She cautioned to deal with those who dump plastics and other garbage in the River Rizi, which provides water to Mbara and other districts.
So there's a lot of desilt in the river, which has reduced the water level and destroyed even the color of the river. People dump garbage in the river. So once we start maintaining River Rizi, it will be easier for us to maintain even our trees in the city.
The chairperson, River Rizi Catchment Committee, who doubles as chairperson LC5 Ntungamo District, Samuel Muchunguzi, says conserving the environment is everyone's.
So I urge all of you, let's be partners in conserving our environment, in conserving our River Rizi, in conserving the area around Mbarara City.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Nkowe High School na wana tufunye wo muwanguzi owa MTN Momo ye wangu de school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza owulira otya mutima kati
banange sanyu byenye nali amoti wagonya njaga nyangu amali wa ronje erinyo
esisi
njani awangula school fees
eza momo ezo mwaka
mulamba de musanyu
oh my goodness
banange MTN mwene yaza ne yaze
wanje
mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala
kubiriza muzadde munange yonna joli. Wallahi satulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
We thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Communities of Butanda Sub-County, Habubare Trading Center, Ndora West constituency have embraced a one-day health camp organized by their area member of parliament, David Bahati. The Health Awareness Week, which kicked off, is to run in the 8 sub-counties of Ndora West constituency, with each being dedicated a single day.
The Minister of State for Trade, Industries and Cooperatives, also Ndora West Member of Parliament, David Bahati, has rolled out an 80-day health camp in his constituency and neighboring areas.
You see, distance
expected to run in all the 8 sub-counties of Ndora West, Kabale district on its second day. Butanda sub-county has received the camp.
Nija nkomurwere nija ndashasha kandi kutwahikaha batwakiraje batuchebera batuhe mibazi.
Held in Habubare Trading Center, the camp has not left anyone behind.
So far we have offered a variety of services, and these services we had technical staffs from the district and outside the district, and we're able to do cancer screening for mothers, and so far we've over 50 mothers have identified the service, have accessed the services, and 4 tested positive, unfortunately.
George Tekateka is the Kabale district village health team coordinator.
As a VT coordinator, I have been moving around across all villages, parishes, sub-counties.
He further points out that such arrangements speaks to the wider challenges residing in many communities.
The challenges we have in our communities, we have shortage of medicines in our health units.
However, the beneficiaries couldn't fail to pour praises to the Minister of Trade and Industries, David Bahati, for championing health and development.
Mgeni nyonda sima Minister David Bahati, member wetu wa Parliament, atukorere by'amani. Na mgeni nece chi atukorane chamani hakureba barwero rikureba hano habubare twijwire.
The Kabale district health teams point at an increase in non-communicable diseases among such communities.
And majorly these are lifestyle diseases and also the way we really eat. So I call upon our community members that taking medicines is not enough. We need to improve on our exercising.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Elders in Karamoja have pledged to encourage parents to take their children for malaria vaccination, which will begin in April this year. The vaccination is for children aged 6 months to 5 years. This commitment came during a meeting in Moroto Municipality where the Ministry of Health met with elders from the 9 districts of Karamoja.
Elders in Karamoja are highly respected in their communities, with many considering them as figures of authority. They offer blessings, curse, and their prayers are believed to bring rain or heal diseases. Their words are taken as gospel truth. It is in the context that the Ministry of Health met the elders from the 9 districts of Karamoja in Moroto Municipality ahead of next month's malaria vaccination campaign. The goal of the campaign is to reduce malaria-related deaths, particularly among children. Senior Public Health Officer at the Ministry of Health, Edward Muganga, spoke on the matter.
Strategically focusing on children who are below 5 years, but potentially children who are between 11 to and above months, investing a lot of money in ensuring that people get adequate treatment for malaria.
Elders believe that the success of any initiative or project hinges on their leadership. They have committed to guiding their communities and ensuring the vaccination campaign is a success.
We are the teachers now out down on the ground because we are the gatekeepers for community entry as elders. In Karamoja, you can't reach communities if you have not passed through the elders. So you did the right identification by making sure that you take these elders through what it means by campaigning for this vaccine.
To us, people now listen to elders in Karamoja more than they even listen to government and even other people.
To these leaders, first of all, to create demand, awareness and education on malaria vaccine introduction.
A tour cultural spokesperson, Francis Loworth Okori, called for a focal person in each district to facilitate the smooth dissemination of information about the vaccination program.
If they can only cascade and make a focal point person at the district office level, so that it can follow up this training very, very fast. Otherwise, if there's a slack in between this training and then the dissemination of information, people will relax.
Elders are optimistic that the vaccination will significantly reduce malaria deaths in the region. During the meeting, elders reaffirmed their commitment to leading the malaria vaccination campaign.
I know they have never heard that there is a vaccination against malaria. So we have to convince them first to make them believe. They might think that people are deceiving them. So when they see us elders talking about this, then they will believe, oh, I think it must be true.
And we are happy that the government has discovered again how to reduce malaria in the under 5s.
According to statistics from the Ministry of Health, Karamoja contributes to 4% of Uganda's malaria-related deaths. The malaria vaccine will be rolled out across 105 districts in Uganda, particularly those with moderate to high malaria transmission. Marion Awori, Maureen Iga, for UBC.
Land disputes continue to hinder government programs that aim at promoting social and economic development across the country. In Mazi Kamira Luwero district, 4 families that reside on a 4 square mile land had received funds under the Parish Development Medal to support their families and farming activities. However, these families are now embroiled in a fierce land conflict with the one Lumala John, which has also led to destruction of their gardens and escalating tensions in the area.
The families of late Alfred Serunkuma, Nasa Mukasa, Lubega Kranma and Katumba Shalis petitioned the Minister for Lands, who went to locus on 21st September 2024, and it was resolved with court order the status quo to remain.
Bakola court order fuluma okuyimiriza abantu abo RPC n'agituulako.
The court injunction was issued to stop them, but RPC did not implement it. I then took it to police headquarters in Naguru, where it was sanctioned.
tewali kigenda mu maaso. Lumala John yalese grade 5 n'abasirikale 40 ne bakanyama bazimba ennyama ebyamazima ddala.
5 graders were brought in along with security operatives. President Museveni, the peace you fought for has deteriorated and we need your help.
Tuyambe inanasi bazimazeewo seneza PDM zonna zizikidde tuyambe nze ndi musajja wa NRM nenabakoba yandaba era yammanya ebyaddala.
However, the court order was not complied with. Lumala John continued to destroy gardens besides threatening them. A son in the family, Sebakije Martin, says the 4.5 square mile land was leased through Uganda Land Commission for 49 years, expiring in 2030.
Minister Judith Nabakoba, your minister, came on the ground. He told us to stay where is our gardens. Now we are being chased away. They have brought guns, our houses, they are being destroyed. Now we don't know what is next. So we are begging you to come and help us.
Sebakije appealed to the Minister for Lands to intervene and enforce the court order.
Our parents, they are being chased away from the land. Our gardens, they are destroyed. So, Mr. President, with a lot of honor, we are begging you to come and please help us. People are totally dying from the land.
Some of the family members say the land is their ancestral home with burial graveyard, and they appeal to the President, Minister Dr. John Muyingo, to intervene. Valerie Mwahula, Fred Kasivante, UBC News.
President Dr. Muyingo.
6 government officials, including teachers from Ntungamo, have been charged and remanded on allegations of causing financial loss and abuse of office. Prosecution alleges that the accused manipulated the system by inflating the number of students in 2023 and 2024 to fraudulently obtain a higher capitation grant from government, thereby causing financial loss to government of Uganda.
The 6 officials who were recently arrested by the State House Anti-Corruption Unit were arraigned before the Anti-Corruption Court presided over by Magistrate Esther Asimwe. They have been charged with 8 counts of abuse of office and causing financial loss to the government.
And the resident of Kavempe North district, you're charged with 1 offense of causing financial loss. The particulars are that Bahati prayed between 2022 and 2024 at Lukomwa district local government offices, being employed by the government of Uganda as the acting district education officer.
All the accused pleaded not guilty to the charges. According to the charge sheet, the accused falsely reported a student population of 121,094, whereas the actual number was about 80,000. This discrepancy of over 40,000 ghost students was allegedly intended to facilitate the acquisition of inflated capitation grants from the government.
We call upon head teachers to do their work with integrity. When they ask for numbers of pupils and their students, they should give the right numbers, and also the district education officer should do their job to verify and clarify that actually this is the number of students in this particular school and this is the amount of money they are supposed to get.
Following the reading of the charges, the accused were remanded to Luzira Government Prison until March 18, 2025, when they will apply for bail. Prosecution contends that the alleged offences were committed between 2023 and 2025. The prosecution was led by Raymond Mugisha, while the accused were represented by Richard Mwebaza. The arrests were made on the directives of the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, Marion Awori, and Viola.
From court, we'll take a short break. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it with us.
Osmosis again. Osmosis tried to pay. Money wasn't enough. He checked every pocket. Money wasn't enough. Osi, we're sorting it. With the momo, we're sorting it. Osmosis checked again. Money still not enough. He looked everywhere. Hey, but Chief, what is going on? Osi, we're sorting it. With the momo, we're sorting it.
When your money is not enough, we're sorting it with MTN Momo. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# to add call with Momo Advance and pay bills, send money or buy bundles.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSAF is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
Amazina ganje Inyetekwa Seruhanga John Bosco Induga mu district ya Rukungiri byo muhanguzi wa miliyoni 18 na Uganda National Rotary nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana *278# ngafuna message erikweka mu muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo ne byabafere sente ziriyo zone bakaziteka ngo nazihangwire.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Business news tonight. The Microfinance Support Center has taken a significant step in empowering local communities through distribution of over 100 piglets as a seed capital to 1,000 beneficiaries across 42 groups in Kibale district. Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, while officiating at the event at St. Teresa Demonstration Farm, emphasized that the initiative is a game changer in the fight against poverty.
The government has distributed over 100 piglets to communities in Kibale district as part of an initiative by the Microfinance Support Center aimed at fostering economic empowerment and improving household incomes. The board chairperson, Microfinance Support Center, Dr. Emmanuel Aliba, has highlighted that empowering household incomes will have received a boost expected to transform livelihoods while strengthening economic resilience in the region. The program also provides beneficiaries with financial inclusion training and guidance on proper pig rearing techniques. Dr. Emmanuel Aliba explained why pig farming was selected as a viable option for rural empowerment.
Like what we have given now is 400,000 Uganda shillings, 400,000. If you sell 10 piglets of 3 to 4 months
at 400,000, and you sell this twice a year, because the pig produces twice a year, the household income is assured.
While handing over the piglets at St. Teresa Demonstration Farm in Kasungu, Magarama Sub-County, Finance Minister Matia Kasaija commended the Microfinance Support Center for spearheading initiatives that promote economic stability and household prosperity.
I encourage the people who have benefited out of this scheme to be serious, to ensure that the pigs should not die.
A senior priest from Hoima Catholic Diocese, Reverend Father John Mary of Sobozi, urged the beneficiaries to make proper use of the project to ensure its long-term sustainability.
The surveillance, the monitoring should be intensive, that these people are visited, that what they are supposed to do is being done, and that we can monitor the progress through the results.
The beneficiaries expressed joy and gratitude upon receiving the piglets, viewing it as an opportunity to improve their livelihoods.
We are going to start rearing these pigs so as to improve our productions and help to improve our standards of living during our villages.
The Microfinance Support Center announced plans to expand the project by introducing similar initiatives in piggery, goat farming and poultry across all districts in the Bunyoro-Kitara region. Mary Namkose, Robert Boita, UBC News.
That is all we had for you at this particular moment. We'll get back at 10 p.m. with another arrangement. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakona and the whole team. Let's catch you then. Please enjoy the next program.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hi Fifi, how are you?
I'm fine. Baby, whenever I eat chips and chicken, I feel stomachache, joint pain and body weakness.
My dear, go to MX Nutrition Center and learn the best food for your body. And get treatment according to your blood group.
Are you sure?
Yes.
By the way, do you know your blood group, genotype, and how much you need to exercise? Come to Timex Nutrition Center for professional advice on how to manage your health and immune boosting. At Timex, we treat diseases like diabetes, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, pressure, and many more. For details, find us at our headquarters in Kampala on Nasa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor. We also have a branch in Barara, or call us on 0758 819952 or 0778 288361. Timex, be your own doctor.
Inspiring Uganda.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection.